Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the English Insight Podcast. This is your place to learn real English for real life, step by step, together. I'm Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Daniel. And honestly, every time you press play on one of these episodes, it means more to us than you know.
It really does. We see your comments, we read your messages, and sometimes we sit here smiling because of how thoughtful and kind this community is.
And sometimes Sarah gets emotional.
That is true, and I accept it.
But truly, thank you for learning with us, growing with us, and spending your time here with us.
So Daniel, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about something that challenges what many people were taught to believe. We're talking about why skill may matter more than an educational degree in today's world.
Ooh, that is a big topic.
It is, and maybe a slightly uncomfortable one.
Because many people grow up hearing the same message, right? Study hard, get a degree, and success will follow.
But for many people today, that is no longer the full story.
So let's start with something simple. When people hear degree, what do they usually think?
They think security. They think respect. They think opportunity.
And for a long time, that made sense.
Yes, a degree used to be a very strong signal. It told employers, this person studied, this person committed, this person has knowledge.
But now?
Now employers often ask a different question first. Can you actually do the work?
That one question changes everything.
It really does. Because knowledge is valuable, yes. But in today's fast-moving world, companies need results.
They want people who can solve problems.
People who can communicate. People who can adapt. People who can learn quickly.
And that's where skill becomes powerful.
Exactly. Because a degree tells people what you studied. A skill shows people what you can do.
You know, I think many listeners may relate to this. Some of them have degrees, but still struggle to find the work they want.
Yes, and that can feel frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Imagine spending years studying, working hard, passing exams, graduating proudly, and then hearing, "Do you have experience?"
That question hurts.
It does.
Because many people realize in that moment, a degree opened the door a little, but it did not guarantee success.
Because success today often belongs to people who combine knowledge with practical ability.
Let's make this real. Imagine two people apply for the same job.
Okay,
One person has an impressive degree, but limited practical skill.
and the other has solid practical skill, a portfolio, real experience, maybe even self-taught experience.
Who gets noticed more?
Very often, the person who can prove they can do the work.
Because proof is powerful.
Yes, in many industries now, proof beats theory.
Especially in fields like tech, design, marketing, sales, content creation,
Even communication.
even English.
Let's be honest for a second. If someone has studied English grammar for 5 years, but cannot hold a conversation,
Then the grammar knowledge alone is not enough.
exactly. Because language is a skill. It must be used, not only studied.
And maybe that's true for life in general.
Very true.
The world rewards applied knowledge more and more.
But Sarah, let's be fair. Does this mean degrees are useless?
No, absolutely not.
Good, because that would be too simple.
Degrees still matter in many fields: medicine, law, engineering, academia, research.
And degrees can build discipline, credibility, and foundational knowledge.
But the degree alone is often no longer enough.
That is the key idea. The degree is the foundation. The skill is the advantage.
Ooh, I like that.
It's true, though.
So, what skills matter most today?
That's a great question. And honestly, some of the most valuable skills are not technical.
Really?
Communication, problem solving, adaptability, critical thinking, emotional intelligence.
Those are skills many people ignore
Yes, and that is a mistake.
because technology changes fast, industries change fast, tools change fast.
But the ability to learn, think, communicate, and adapt stays valuable.
And maybe that's encouraging for someone listening right now.
Because maybe they feel behind.
Maybe they think, I don't have the perfect degree.
Or maybe I started late.
But if you are willing to learn real skills, if you are willing to improve consistently, your future can still change dramatically.
Very dramatically.
And if you enjoy conversations like this, and you want to keep improving your English while learning useful real-life ideas, subscribe, follow, and stay with us here on English Insight.
And tell us in the comments, what skill do you believe is most valuable today?
So Daniel, if skill matters this much now,
Then the real question becomes, how do people build valuable skills when they feel lost, busy, or unsure where to begin?
yes, because that is where many people get stuck. They understand that skill matters, but then they think, okay, where do I start?
And honestly, that question is normal. Most people do not fail because they are lazy. They fail because they are overwhelmed.
Too many options, too much advice, too many people online saying, learn this skill, or no, learn that one.
Yes, the internet can make simple things feel complicated.
So let's make it simple. Start with this question. What problems can I solve for other people?
That is such an important question.
Because valuable skills are usually connected to value creation. If you help people save time, make money, solve problems, or feel better, your skill becomes valuable.
That changes how you think about learning.
Exactly. Instead of asking, what is popular, ask, what is useful?
And once someone chooses a skill, what then?
Then they practice it in the real world. Not only theory, not only videos, not only books.
Because watching is not doing.
Yes, learning about something is not the same as building ability.
That reminds me of English learners, actually.
Everything reminds you of English learners.
Fair point. But listen, it's true. Many people watch English content every day, but avoid speaking because they feel nervous.
And then they wonder why fluency feels far away.
Because skill grows through use.
The same is true in business. The same is true in work. The same is true in life.
So if someone wants to stand out professionally, what should they focus on beyond their degree?
3 things. Build skill, build proof, build reputation.
Let's unpack that.
Build skill, meaning improve your actual ability. Build proof, meaning show examples of your work. And build reputation, meaning become known as reliable, capable, and professional.
That last part matters more than people think.
Very much. Sometimes opportunities come not because you are the smartest person, but because people trust you.
Trust opens doors.
And trust is built through consistency.
So in today's world, would you say personal growth matters more than ever?
Absolutely, because the people who keep learning, keep adapting, keep improving, they become difficult to replace.
And that is a powerful place to be.
You know what I find interesting? Years ago, information itself was rare.
Yes. If you knew something specialized, that alone gave you value.
But now, information is everywhere.
Now the advantage is not knowing more. It is applying better.
That may be one of the most important truths of this whole conversation.
Knowledge is common. Execution is rare.
So, if you are listening right now and feeling discouraged because your degree has not changed your life yet,
Please hear this clearly. Your story is not over.
a degree is not your limit. It is not your identity. It is not the final definition of your future.
You can build new skills. You can reinvent yourself. You can grow far beyond where you started.
And many successful people did exactly that.
They learned outside school. They practiced. They failed. They improved. They stayed consistent.
Usually longer than anyone saw.
Yes, success often looks sudden from the outside, but slow from the inside.
So maybe the real message today is not, degrees don't matter. It is this: degrees can help you start, but skills help you grow.
That is beautifully said.
So wherever you are right now, student, graduate, worker, job seeker, career changer,
Keep building yourself.
learn something practical, practice something difficult, improve something useful.
Because the more valuable your skills become, the more valuable you become in the marketplace.
And that growth changes confidence, not just income.
It changes how you see yourself.
Thank you for spending this time with us today.
We hope this conversation gave you something useful to think about.
If it did, like this episode, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs to hear it.
And in the comments, tell us this. What skill are you trying to build right now?
Keep learning,
Keep growing.
and we'll see you in the next conversation.